Hey guys, it's MrCrayfish and welcome back. You read the title correctly. It is not a lie, this is not clickbait. You can get my furniture mod for 1.13. Now, before we do continue on, it is not what you think. So let me explain. So as of right now, the time that I'm recording this video, Forge is not released for 1.13. But what is released is an API called Rift, and it's very similar to Forge. Now the downside to Rift is it is a very lightweight API, which means it's very prone to conflicting with other mods. But in having that said, my furniture mod is on 1.13. Alright, how cool is that? Now I haven't added in every single piece of furniture, but over the next coming of weeks I'll be adding bit by bit and slowly updating it, because now updating to 1.13 is a very time consuming mod, so that's why I haven't added in everything yet. But what I'm going to do today is show you guys the furniture in the mod so far, then I'll show you how to install Rift and then install my furniture mod. Alrighty, so before we start this off, we are actually in my template world. If you guys don't know about this, I released my town as a template. It doesn't include any of the buildings, but what it does allow you to do is build your own version of a town using the same map that I do. So if you guys are interested in this, I'll put a card up on the screen right now, but the reason I'm using it is because we are actually in 1.13. I do not want to load my world up into 1.13. Now that's out of the way, we're gonna head inside my mansion here and take a look at what I've decorated so far. Now again, as I mentioned, there is not a lot of furniture in the mod so far, but I will be adding more in the coming weeks. Let's head inside here and let's take a look what I've kind of done around here so far. Now I could have, done some vanilla decorations, but I kind of want to emphasize the mod a little bit more. So we got a dining table down here. Now there is some kind of slight glitches with the shading, but that's because I'm actually using shaders right now, so just ignore that. But we have the chairs here and we also have the tables. Now something that's really cool and is actually different, and the only reason it's different is because in 1.13 they basically added in a new highlighting system. So if we actually go ahead and we look at the chair here, if you actually look at the outline when we hover it here, you'll see that it's actually conforming to the shape of the model. Now that is still manually done, but it's so much better because we can actually look like literally through here, right, and we can destroy that slab underneath it if we really wanted to. So you have to be very specific where you actually click if you want to destroy this. Now a thing about the chair as well is I've actually added support, so you can sit on this, which is really cool. Not something that is actually easily done using Rift, so I'm happy that I was able to make that work. Over here we have the table, and again this works like it normally does in the Forge version of the mod. We can expand it however big we like. We can create like a corner desk like that, we can create like that desk, or we can create like the number 0 if we really want to with the desk. You can do whatever with this. And as well, if we actually look at the highlight box here, you'll see that the highlight box is only on the top of it and also on the legs only, so we can actually destroy the slabs underneath if we would like to. So that's a really cool thing compared to the Forge version, but that's just the 1.12 Forge version, but that's just because that's a new feature in 1.13 and I wanted to take advantage of it. Over here we have the couch, looking awesome as always, and again we've got all 16 different colors too, so you can find a couch that will suit your house perfectly. If we actually go into the tab here, now do note Rift doesn't actually add in support for creative tabs, so if you want to find all the furniture you actually have to go to decoration blocks and scroll down here, then you'll find them all. So we'll just grab out a couple of colors here, place that down like that, and you can create some really funky couches. And again, when we look at the couch, you'll notice that the highlight box is actually conforming to the shape of the model. So yeah, that's really cool. But let's head back inside here and we're going to head up to my office because we are slowly recreating it and eventually it will be looking like the 1.12 Forge version. As you can see, our poker table here almost looking true to the 1.12 version. We should have a modern TV there. Have a look at that. That you would not even be able to tell that this is 1.13 if we put our camera like this. So it's slowly getting there. It's slowly getting there. Over here we have a bit of a gaming setup. We got a desktop PC here. We got the monitor. We got a chair that we can sit on. So pretty cool. And then over here we have our retro gaming area with some red modern couches, of course. Red being my favorite color. And we got the modern TV over here. Now, one thing about the modern TV is it's not going to work like it does in Forge. Now, it is possible for me to do it, but because I don't really want to make this the future of the furniture mod, I'm not going to be adding in those kind of interactable features. Only kind of basic ones like being able to sit on the couches, but nothing advanced like a GUI will be added into the Rift version, unfortunately. But yeah, again, as I just kind of surprised you, but yeah, you can sit on these couches here. Now, thanks to 1.13, there is actually the new property called Waterlogged, and what that allows you to do is actually place blocks underwater. So if we come to the river here, and let's find a spot, maybe over here because it's quite bright. We'll destroy that. We can actually place chairs underwater, and it's not going to actually remove the water block. So if you wanted to, you could build like an underwater base that has tables and chairs underneath it, and we can even sit on this if we really wanted to. You know, it's like any fish around here want to have dinner with me? I'm cooking up a 2-course meal of salmon. No takers. Well, if you really want to, you can do that. And one thing as well that's kind of really interesting is you can actually swim under the table here. Oh, look at this. We're actually, I don't know what's happening with the shaders, but it thinks we're actually not in the water like this, which is kind of interesting. Let's head back out there. And same applies with the couches too. You can put them underwater. You could put the TV if you really wanted to. Can you put the car? You can't put the carpet, unfortunately. You can put the TV there. Is there a dolphin around here? Is there a dolphin? Okay. It was just my mind. So this is a really cool feature of 1.13, and again, this probably proves that it is 1.13. And oh, well, we could bring up the debug, and you'll see at the top there it says Minecraft 1.13. So yeah, 100% is 1.13 here. So that pretty much covers what is in the mod so far. What I'm gonna do right now is show you guys how you can install Rift, and then how to install my furniture mod. Okay, so to install Rift, it is actually really easy because all we have to do is download a file, double click it, and then it will install a custom profile onto your launcher. But before we do that, I'm not sure if this is required, but we're just going to do it anyway. I know like Forge likes to do it, but that is running a clean Minecraft 1.13. So we're going to create a new profile here just because, yeah, let's have a find it. Release 1.13, so make sure you find release 1.13 in the list there. Just, I don't know, temp, because we are going to delete this. We just want to make sure we have 1.13 downloaded, and then make sure we select it in here. Where is it? Where's my temp? There it is. So run that, and then that should download all the necessary 1.13 files. So once the game is opened, you can just simply close it off, and we're ready to download Rift. So I'll put a link in the description to this mod page. So this is the mod page on my website for the Rift edition, and you'll see here if you scroll down, download Rift. So click on that, and that will take you to the CurseForge page, and all we have to do is download the latest version over here, which is 1.0.4-66. At the time of recording this video. It might be different if you're looking at this in the future, but it should still work. So let's go ahead, click download mod here, and it's going to download it. Now, as I mentioned in a ton of my tutorials when installing mods, Chrome is actually being good in this point, and it's warning you that, you know, that this type of file can be harmful. However, we are downloading this from CurseForge, and what happens here is when people submit a mod on this website, it actually has to get approved by a moderator before it goes live. It doesn't go live instantly. it actually goes through a whole review process to make sure that the mod is virus free and doesn't contain doesn't contain a virus. So it is safe to click keep, but as a general warning, make sure you're downloading from trusted sites only. Then what you can do is simply open up that file. If you're in Chrome, you can just click straight here. You might have to go to your downloads folder or something like that, but if you click that, it will simply start running, and then it will say Rift has been installed for Minecraft 1.13 successfully, and it'll tell you that it's available in the drop-down menu. So let's press OK here. So now if we open up the Minecraft launcher again, we should find our profile now installed, and it should come up straight away. So as you can see, 1.13 Rift. Now something I recommend you do is go back to launch options here, click on that profile and change around the game directory. So turn that on, and then what you want to do is simply come to the end here and add something like a dash and then a Rift at the end there. Now I've already got something called Rift, so I'm just going to call it Rift 2. But that will basically give you a whole new Minecraft directory all dedicated to Rift only, just so you don't somehow ruin, maybe you've just got like a vanilla version of the game. It won't ruin that and its maps or anything like that, so it's just safer to do that. So go back here and we're going to run Rift once. So there we go, it started up. Now there's no sort of indication like Forge that it's actually running here. It doesn't say Rift or anything installed, but it is installed. But we're going to go ahead, quit game now. Go back to your launcher, and what we're going to do is go to launch options, go to your Rift profile, and click on this little green arrow here in line with the game directory option here, and it's going to open up that folder. And then we have a mods folder here, and you guessed it, we're going to download the furniture mod and then simply drag it into this folder. So come back here, we're going to go back, and it's going to take us back to my website here. Now if we scroll down, you'll see down below here, downloads 1.13, click on this here, and that's going to download the Rift edition of my furniture mod. Again, another warning, but again, as I mentioned before, only download from trusted websites. So my website or CurseForge is safe. I'm not going to be putting any viruses in. All my mods are open source as well, so if you are concerned, you can actually go read through the code on my GitHub. So it is safe to press keep on this, so let's press keep there. And then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to drag that onto the desktop there, and then we can go ahead and drag that into the mods folder there. Let's close that off now, and we can go back to our launcher here, press play now, and it should launch up the game with the Rift edition of the furniture mod installed. And then if we go to creative tab here and we scroll down, oops, there it is, the furniture, the TV, the modern table, the modern chair, the couch, and also the desk. So there we go, that is how you install it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and tutorial today. If you found it useful, make sure you guys remember to go ahead and snap that like button. Also subscribe and turn on your bell notifications. Again, I am actually going to be updating this mod maybe like weekly or something like that with new furniture, so you'll be able to get all the latest stuff. I probably won't be doing videos about it, maybe in the future when there's a lot more furniture, but right now I'll just be doing this video, and then you guys will have to check when there's an update, but I will most likely announce it on Twitter when an update does go live. But that's it, I'll catch you guys later, peace!